Teveno. Got to get it in here. Running out of rings. Got to get it in here. Little bit more. Oh my, and they'll come up light. So Stephanie Lawton settles into that third position as we say good evening to Kathy Gauthier and says, look, I know as a skip what I wanted to be told. Now she'll be able to convey that to Robin Silvernagle.
Well, Stephanie said before the game that you won't hear a lot from her tonight. If she's asked for advice, she'll give it, but otherwise she will be very quiet and take direction from Robin. And for Stephanie, it was an easy decision. She said after last year's provincial Scotties, she stepped back. It was very disappointing and said, I either need to find a way to commit a lot more time or step away from the game because this is just too frustrating. And then she got the call, and even though she hasn't played third since she was 13, it is a position that she said it has been so easy to segue into, even the sweeping.
Yeah, and if I split that, it's okay too.
Yeah, you'll leave a double, but that's okay.
Okay.
Back 8.
They had to work it out a little bit, though, Cheryl, just the communication and, you know, who was playing what role. And further, what Kathy says, she's quite comfortable. And I said, so are you ruling out skipping? She says, at this moment, I don't need to skip again.
You know, and you're seeing more of that. You look at Jessie, too. She was a successful skip on tour. She's done very well. I also know that Kara skipped and had a decent skipping resume. But I think teams are looking and saying, you know what, we want to be really good. So why don't we build a really strong team, come together, and you're deep all the way through the lineup.
Watch this now.
Might have backing. Yeah, she does.
And she's going to have a little bit of backing, and thankfully so. Goodness.
Boy. Kind of an over adjust. She was light on the first one. They pounded, so she gave it a little extra.
7. Okay. Nice throw.
Yeah, first one picked.
Yeah, it totally did.
Oh, it picked on her
I
first.
was actually soft with it, and then it started spinning. I'm like, that's not possible. So,
too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you should have been in. Really.
Yeah.
Even if it's 15-5, you should have been in fight.
Yeah.
Okay. 10. Okay.
15-5 should have been top 12. That's quick. The big news flash here is Caitlin's over 2 and raised them in. Whether it got some pebble, but it drove way more than they expected. Her weight was good, and then flashed the out-turn hit down that straight side.
I think we cursed her by talking about how incredible of a season she's had.
Nice. Heavy. Little bit. 9. 9.5. Whoa. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Oh!
Skip Stones here in 1. And late movement comes up to the nose and doesn't go anywhere.
Wait, okay. You know, if we roll under, she's coming around.
Yeah, it's either that or else you roll over here. But yeah, I don't mind the nose.
Coming around.
Okay, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. Straight
It'll
up
come
here.
up a little bit.
Okay, straight up here. Let's go.
The 10, I think it'll finish a little bit. Just nose. Nose.
Jennifer's curled hard here. Caitlin knows to come around.
You would think as much as these teams do play on tour, they have not played each other this year. So this is the first time meeting for these two.
Clean. Yep. Little bit. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Little bit. Whoa. Whoa.
Hunkin on the left.
Let it curl a bit.
Teveno on the right. And right on the nose is what she wanted. And gets a little roll to the outside.
Yes, it could have went for the bigger roll.
Yeah,
Same weight or something. Same weight.
And they kind of got caught right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Now they give Jen a chance for a roll herself.
Or the double, one or the other. If she rolls into this area, that's not going to be far off making that double. It's tough to get that back red one out, mind you. But yeah, it's really tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it'd go. Maybe if you hit it high, you might spin it back.
Yes. Spot could be getting a little straighter. They've worn a lot of pebble off of here with the repetition.
Yep. 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 Hard. Yep. Hard. Oh. Hard. Oh. Oh. Jocelyn. Okay.
And again, nothing there.
Yeah. Let's go straight up here, Robin.
Wow. So
I think on Caitlin's draw, we had to have a broom down I just think.
Yeah, based on.
I think we need brooms down on draws. Even Joss's we lost. We thought it was all there, and the sweep came off.
So is it a thought that the stones are picking up something that you want to brush down?
I'm thinking it might be a little bit of frost is what I'm thinking, because they're talking about, they think it's all there, but it's just grinding down. Steph talked about hers picking maybe. Could be just a slight bit.
Watch on this outside one. Got a curl.
Bang, now where are you going to go? And won't hang around. So that one at the back that had the catcher. Silvernagle has a chance for 2, settles for 1.
World Financial Group has as its core values integrity, reliability, honesty, hard work, and service to others. Our more than 9,000 licensed Canadian associates stand by these principles each day. They ensure that as they help families take control of their money and make it work for them, they do it the right way, every time. Through the companies represented by WFG's affiliated licensed WFG associates, offer families insurance, investment, and retirement products from many different well-known providers. This power of choice can make a world of difference. Build a future your family can count on. Contact a WFG associate today.
The widest point of Lake Ontario was 88 kilometers. And as soon as I realized that, hey, someone can actually swim that far, I knew I wanted to do it.
I struggle with the word impossible. I don't believe things are impossible.
I want to be able to walk up on the shore and know that I've completed the crossing.
Whatever happens on your swim, you're rewriting history for Lake Ontario.
Engraved on a Nation continues with the Impossible Swim on TSN.
Rocks in play as you might expect, but that's a big miss. You know, you end up going to lose this game if you're Silvernagle and Saskatchewan. You may just rue that fact. You missed your chance for 2. And you know that Rachel Holman is never going to run and hide. She'll want stones in play. So up goes the center. Corner goes up from Team Canada, and around now they go with Cara Teveno, Saskatchewan.
No, even if Jen Jones had given up a 2 that end, she wouldn't have cared. She'd play hard. She always does. It's not a big deal to her. She's comfortable if giving up a big end because she is so aggressive the first end of the game.
And I'm sorry, I said Rachel Holman. Of course, Jennifer Jones.
You got a feel for Robin there. You know, that was the old first big shot of your life at the Scotties. You know, and you just maybe a little adrenaline there. Just kicked out a fraction harder. The pebble so good. And she'd love that one back.
Keep Keep going, Caitlin. Keep going. Keep going to get to know. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right out, Josh. Atta girl, Dawn.
And pushes it out the back. Let's begin our updates. Kathy, Newfoundland, Labrador against Prince Edward Island. The last rock belongs to Suzanne Burt. Welcome back. The Burt is back as she misses 2 years stepping away from the game.
Well, for Kelly Sharp from Newfoundland and Labrador, she was trying to go around the corner guard and chase that shot stone belonging to Suzanne Burt on her final, grazed the guard and rolled off the top, is not in the house, so paint, any paint will do.
Out of the Charlottetown Curling Club against Kelly Sharp from the Remax Center, St. John's.
Richard 2.
Okay, here.
I had a 12.5 on theirs, and that killed it to the half pretty good, so speed's good here.
Chance here for Jocelyn to bring that corner guard. They're going to try and hit and roll. Use their corner guard. Got 2 choices. You could draw around there, but this is in a really good spot, so you get the option hit and roll.
Dawn. Hard to hit it, Dawn.
Oh, that's not what you want to hear.
Gotta go. I don't know.
Just a little heavy. She missed the hit and rolled out last end with a little extra speed.
This path is good. I just didn't throw mine good. Okay. That makes sense? Yep. Tight one here, guys. Yeah. 4 feet. Like 10.5.
You got it.
There'd be a slight advantage for Team Silvernagle here. The conditions at their provincial championship are identical to this, almost exact same speed. Maybe even a hair more curl. So they shouldn't be surprised. It's just probably more adrenaline than anything.
Yeah.
Line's good. Tight. Room.
We're past that.
Whoa. Line's good. Whoa, you're recruiting.
Coming down.
Whoa.
Even.
Whoa.
A little past.
Yep, go. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Okay, good. Okay.
7, 8.
Heel. 3/4 does it.
I think what you get with some of these skips moving down and playing different positions is that they're all around players. They can draw, they can hit. The pressure doesn't bother them. And I think now this 5 rock, even at the second position, you have to, I think the hitting is actually moved up to 3rd, where the second is playing more touch shots and guards and freezes.
Hard, Caitlin.
Atta girl.
Okay.
So wait.
Opens up that center line,
Wade's
leaves a
really
couple of
good here.
corners to work with for
They
Team
finish
Canada.
hard at the end, so I don't think we can ever hurt it early. Right to her.
Play the room.
2.5.
Room right now. Room.
2.5.
Let it work.
Oh, needs to move a lot. Tight. You're gonna tight. Kara. Yeah. Almost okay.
Jesse Hunkin on the
Really
left.
tight. Whoa.
Cara
Right.
Teveno
Whoa.
on the right.
Whoa. Okay, that's good. Good.
And they'll throw up the guard a little tighter than they may have wanted.
Yeah. You can make that double. You could probably roll on too. Firm. Okay. Either way.
So Team
works.
Wildcard,
Look,
Casey
either way.
Scheidegger out of Lethbridge won her way in last night
Kick in
against
here.
the Yukon, and
7-8.
Carrie Galusha playing Andrea Crawford, Territories against New Brunswick. Boy, right away. And staying all the way with it. Peterman, McEwen staying with it. Oh, and just touches it on the way by. Doesn't quite touch it over to be undercover, but getting closer.
Well, it helps then the guard for Saskatchewan doesn't have to be quite as perfect. Oh, that was so close.
Well, there's a familiar face. Those of you who've watched World Curling for so many years, Victor Schall now makes his home in the Toronto area in Whitby. He's the curling manager at the Granite Club. But of course, world gold with Nicholas Edin, a couple of Olympic appearances. Last couple of years, he was the high performance director with Great Britain and actually coached Kyle Smith and Great Britain in Pyeongchang. So he takes over the coaching duties for Wendy Morgan, who for many years was the coach.
Just out.
Yep. Good. Nice shot.
Pretty good spot.
Beauty, Steph.
Don't think you can make the double.
Maybe.
You can put a little bit of pressure, though, on if you make this and roll. You can roll maybe even behind the corner. You might not make the double, but now Saskatchewan have to be a little more careful.
Yeah, they probably hit it, don't they, if you're rolling the paint.
Hard! Really hard, guys.
Ooh, this is really going.
Real hard.
Oh! Got it, and does, and spill it, not far enough.
Good throw, Caitlin. Yeah.
And then also part of the team and keeping an eye on things, Jill Officer. As the alternate here, of course, stepping away, although she says she's maybe busier now than she was when she played, because she's filled in a couple of times. Now here as an alternate. Is the player representative or player spokesman with World Curling Federation.
She is.
So she's attending a lot of meetings and giving player feedback to the World Curling Federation.
Stay close, lines.
All you line good. Top 12. Go. Good.
Stay close for line. Yep, line.
You gotta go.
Hard line.
We're short. Okay, whoa.
Whoa.
Walking sideways.
Okay. That's fine.
A little fortunate it wasn't more weight.
Just
Tough that yellow one in.
Slow kick. Just like that one in practice, yeah.
So third time lucky for Robin Silvernagel after losing in 17 and then 18 and beat Sherry Anderson twice. And it was a rematch of actually the 18 final. They played it in Humboldt and won it 6-5.
Do I like that ice?
Yeah.
Where was her ice?
We
She
watched
was edge.
Robin slow down there and a little bit tighter path and draw to the button.
You got it.
Stay here more.
This is a little wider, but still not quite to the draw to the button pass. So you got to be careful, the brushers here. Should be a couple feet slower, but not much, I don't think.
Hey, room.
Trying to win a 7th Canadian Championship, which would be a record. Team Canada has won the championship
Hard, guys. Line's real good.
9 times.
Hard.
The last was 14, and Rachel Holman went undefeated. Great run.
Go. Hard.
Oh, great brushing to get that there.
They put their heads down. I don't think she'd let it go.
No. They knew what great brushing.
Yeah, every once in a while, just a peek to see where, and then Caitlin Laws as well.
Yeah, you know, keep your head down when Caitlin comes out.
Well, we saw it last night in the play-in game. We saw it this afternoon as well. There's just something about that center line patch, that 4-foot patch, that's catching teams.
Yeah, with the sharp pebbles we alluded to, every path's different. Like this path's wider. This is the quicker spot. This is exactly where Jones threw for the draw of the button, so they warmed it up.
Whoa, it looks heavy.
It's trying.
Yeah, we're through.
So here's a good example. 8 feet short, 8 feet heavy. 2 different paths.
Okay, Rob, that's fine.
Okay, Robin.
Okay, that's okay. We'll get it.
And through it goes.
But I still think I have zero feel. You know what?
I think you go with that same kick as your first with a nice positive, and then you're good. Okay?
Okay, so there you go. Pardon me for interrupting.
You got it.
You know, we talked about what does Stephanie Lawton bring. Stephanie Lawton as a skip knows exactly what she would have wanted to hear at that moment.
No,
so you get Silvernagel coming down and say, I had no feel
plugging away.
All right.
We're getting opportunities.
Lawton, what do you say? How do you bring her back and make her feel better about herself?
Well, and I think that is Steph's value when she does step up and say something. The problem with arena ice is it's so fast underfoot. You almost kick, you have to kick less than what you think. And Robin's trying, but she's coming up short, and then she adds in a path that's quicker. So it's more the paths that are getting her than it is really her kick.
Well, and that's that quick path, yet it stops for her to get 2. So now you think, there's Jones with a couple. Silvernagle had a chance for 2 and with a first.
Who can help you undo the damage done by fire or water? Search no further than the experts at Service Master Restore. We help people go from disaster to done. Service Master Restore.
Here's how to top that meal next time it's your turn to host. Use the Curadore Sous Vide Precision Cooker. Just set it, submerge, seal and cook, quickly sear, then stare them down. Knowing the sous vide method locks in flavor and never overcooks or undercooks your meat. And bask in the glory of food war victory. The Curadore Sous Vide Precision Cooker. Only $129.97 and only at Home Hardware.
Welcome back to the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. I'm Vic Roeder.
And I'm Doug. Up now is Jennifer Jones. She's one of the best curlerites.
Just curler is fine, Doug.
This could change the whole course of the slidey competition.
Canadian Championship.
All right, excellent scrubbing here.
It's sweeping.
And Jones is yelling stuff. Everyone's yelling stuff. And knock, knock. Who's there? Jones with the heavy thing right in the middle of the frozen bullseye.
Their shot rocks.
It sure does, Vic. It sure does.
Tim's soups and chili have always warmed your winter, but our spicy Thai chicken soup brings some heat. With irresistible spices, basil, garlic, and tender chicken breast. Enjoy every spoonful, or bowlful. We're not judging. Spicy Thai chicken soup is back for a limited time at Tim Hortons.
Guys, I think it's all there. It's heavy. Yeah, heavy.
So that corner guard put up by Saskatchewan, and our first thought was that maybe it picked because it went so hard to the corner. 2-1, Team Canada leads it over Saskatchewan. And it is the Saskatchewan champions from North Battleford that will have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstones. Saskatchewan has won the Canadian Women's Curling Championship 11 times.
Whoa, early
the last was 2011. Pardon me?
2011?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry.
To
win the
to win this championship.
The Canadian Championship.
And Amber Holland.
Oh,
Amber
what am I thinking?
Holland.
Amber, I apologize.
Yeah.
She played really well at the provincials this year. It was nice to see her back with the new team.
You were saying that.
They threatened to win the thing. They played very well.
Shirt or hat. I like here. I won't be big though. Okay. You got this. You got it.
Neither team stellar with draw weight here so far. A hog rock from Dawn this end.
You could see that Robin was a little bit rattled. She doesn't feel the weight, and I think as a team, what do you do in that situation? And try to simplify the game a little bit if you can, as much as you can in the 5-rock rule, and maybe talk a little bit about paths more so, like how many rocks have been down here. Feed her some more information.
No question. That's what they didn't do. They did a great job of the psychology end of it, but nobody on the team, the Saskatchewan team, realized it was that much faster in the second path than the first path.
Yeah, straight up here. Let's go.
Another error there, an over curl. From our unofficial poll, the whole building sloping a little towards sheet D. That's where we seem to get the wrecks on the guards. On this, in this case, the intern going away.
We're at 2. It's over.
Yeah, this might over curl.
Another one.
Whoa, wherever it stops. Stop.
Or it's curling more than that. Okay.
And it does cover the shot run.
Yeah. Okay. It's a little bit less. That was here.
You see that much curl, though, even though they don't have a lot of it. Throw the right weight, you'll get some really good finish by the guard.
I like here, yeah.
Asking Jocelyn to throw a little less weight. She's just been a hair deep on a few of the throws.
Whoa! No! Still a hair big. Dawn.
Trying to
Hard to hit
guide it over a little bit. Don McEwen.
Hard to hit it. Go.
Now it's the roll.
She's just throwing them way too hard.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we got 2 guards.
Just wait.
You're just on the Purex, like the...
Tend to forget because she's had such a good career. She's in a very tough position here too, walking in and trying to replace Jill Officer on one of the best teams that's ever lived.
And Jill sitting on the bench.
Yeah, just staring at her. I brought my shoes.
Wow.
Maybe even just back out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not moving much.
Just sort of flashing the laces at her.
It's really curling. Yeah, we need to sit. We're almost through.
Whoa, 14. Sit.
14 and almost through.
Feel like we have to go here. Okay. Whereabouts, Caitlin? Like,
I think above the tee, but this looks like hair tight ice, to be honest. So just stay close.
Slow start for Caitlin Laws, just at 38% through her first 4 stones.
Back 4, back 8.
Yeah, that's an unusual start for her. And really, we talked about this season has been incredible.
Dawn draw. Still back behind the draw. Yep, Dawn, yep. Okay, whoa. Yep. Good. Not a girl. Good. That worked. Good.
That'll bring the numbers up. Well, our first look at the team from Lethbridge. This is Casey Scheidegger. She plays Whitehorse Curling Club's Nicole Baldwin. You wonder about these situations. It was very emotional for them last night to get in. They said it was like winning the provincial final, so you might expect a little bit of a letdown.
Well, she's got an opportunity because Nicole Baldwin split the house, but there's a double here for 2.
Ooh.
And just too thick. It is a steal.
Yeah, years away. And so Baldwin out of the Whitehorse Curling Club, former junior champion, skipping for the first time.
Don't come out even if you're edge dead.
Steals 1.
So a little pressure here, right? Like you can hit this early. Okay.
Less than I just threw still, though, hey?
Yeah, I think so. A little bit early here. Hit it early. Okay, don't want to. Okay, it's going to come out. Whoa.
Well, just to go to show you
Needs
We have the updated statistics. That corner freeze brought Laws from 38 to 50%.
That's the very unfortunate news for Saskatchewan, because they're down one, and Caitlin gave you a bye in that first end for sure.
Kerry Galusha and the Territories steal a couple against Andrea Crawford from St. John, the Thistle St. Andrews. And PEI, Suzanne Burt, after getting two, steals two against Kelly Sharp from Newfoundland Labrador.
I don't mind the run. You like it?
I do. Play it this way.
I like the run just based on the circumstances with Robin. Give yourself a little bit of room. Like, if you start playing into that 4-foot, you're going to force yourself to a really tough draw, and just give yourself a chance to make an easier one.
Oh! Yeah, roll it. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good. That's good.
Couldn't make the run back. At least opens up that center line.
I like that. Yeah, it did. Yeah. I was tempted to go on it and hoping we
Make sure we guard your side,
My
Joss.
side, though, yeah.
Hair heavier, hey?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So 4.5 to tee?
Yeah. Ideally 4 feet or tight, Jen?
4 feet, I think. Just, but if you're going to err on any side, I just don't want her to be able to chase on your side anyway. So
Yeah, you hear Jen saying make sure you guard it on the side, that you don't leave it open so they could have a hit and roll behind all of those corner guards.
That's experience, isn't it? You might see Team Saskatchewan go right around this situation, though.
That's all there, you guys. I think the speed's okay.
Halfway tight. Halfway for
Good over, curl.
Jocelyn. Just super high, halfway.
It's starting.
Really high.
It's over curled. Just leave it. Okay. Let's leave
Swing
it.
near the two sides for sure. They're not even close.
You're done. You're done.
Sorry, I should have hit it early.
Please.
Yeah.
No,
It's a bit tight on
Tough
your
one.
hay. Yeah, probably should have. I was just protecting too much against the over curl. Thought that'd be all there. They could have hit it early.
Yeah, I think if it.
That's something we saw last night in the play-in game. We saw it today, and that's maybe going to be a story the entire event. When it comes to the brushing, you don't want to hit it too early because you're going to stop the curl. There was a situation where she was a little inside. They could have brushed it early, maybe to prevent it catching. They didn't, and then you get the result is the overcurl.
Well, and I think it's just the awareness on, is this a swingy spot? You can hit it early. If it's a straight spot, you can't.
Silvernagel. Oh my.
We got to make sure we're out there on that. It's curling.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going harder than she'd see.
That's all right. It's just moving.
It was just tight.
Yeah, and it's moving.
I knew it was going to move, though.
Yep. Okay.
Let's do it out to you.
That's all right. You got the next one here.
Like the guard, or?
My first thought was the guard, but this is to come around?
This is to come around.
Okay.
I love this call, Cheryl. The guard doesn't make a ton of sense.
Make her draw?
You can tap it up or go around. You get this half buried top button.
I don't mind this, Jen.
Not quite.
You want Robin to have a real tough one. Good curl here. That's almost 5 feet.
Yeah. Toppy!
Gotta be 4 foot though, T-line.
Yes! Toppy, top 4 maybe?
Hard line!
Hard!
Jones and her
Just the side.
lash.
Hard line!
Love to wrap it around that stone. Center line top 8. Love to wrap it around that one. Love to wrap it around, and it'll just rub and stop. So sitting the 1, 2, and yes, 3.
Speed, Jen. It's okay, Jen.
5 inches harder that gets by.
Just the side in front of it. Hard line!
And by just that much. Can you be the shot rock hitting it on the nose?
It's very close. You can certainly cheat to the inside and kick that
bit, yeah.
the one on the center line over, but you can't cheat too much. You can't wreck on that one.
It's good. Yep.
Well, remember now, she was a little inside with her first, and right away picked up quickly. Hunkin, Teveno, Hunkin, Teveno, bang. Oh, where's it going? Gotta go a gear away.
Keep spinning.
Oh my, and now that one just came back at the top.
Yep,
one for sure. And now you'll have to have a look around the edge.
There's this one up here too, Steph.
I think they did get away with it. I think that one at the back they just kicked away was the second shot.
Yes.
Oh. But mistakes. Robin Silvernagle down 3-1. Yes, a year ago in Penticton, Jennifer Jones picks up career title number 6 to tie Colleen Jones. And Jones this week is playing in the Nova Scotia Seniors Championship. So Jones looking to go 7, an all-time leader, and still trying as well to chase down Jones when it comes to overall wins. This is a 14th appearance at the Scotties for Jennifer Jones. Team Canada with a 3-1 lead.
Hard! Really hard! Really hard!
Well, you've got Saskatchewan now has got a set up there with a corner guard, but Jennifer Jones, they end up with almost center off line here, now sitting 2.
Yeah, Saskatchewan just ticked that yellow guard off the center line trying to play the come around.
Back 12.
A chance here if they can kind of get almost to the nose, tap these back, build up a little bit of a wall.
Back 8. Yep. 4. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Former Alberta Junior Champion Jessie Hunkin.
Yeah, draw. T1. Well then. Back 4.
We're missing?
Yeah, we're missing everything. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
14-2.
Oh. What do you like? I think we guard that. Okay.
It's the Northwest Territories and New Brunswick playing on sheet C. After the Territories, Galusha stole a couple. This is Andrea Crawford from the Thistle St. Andrews.
Well, Andrea is lying 1. Kerry Galusha drew on her first, and even though she was not shot, she is in the 4-foot, really reducing the scoring zone for Andrea. Needs to come down to her own and bite a piece of the button for the 2.
The former Canadian Junior Champion. 8 times now a New Brunswick champion.
It's great to see her back in the game.
Picks up the single.
Clean only. Whoa. Good.
Okay.
Get those 2, or you can even just run these back.
Yeah.
This might jam.
That's okay.
Even if you just get that one and roll away a little bit.
I think the double peel might make more sense now. One of those yellows could run into your reds, but if you could ever open it up completely, then there's a double to score too.
We can play this. I don't mind that either, though.
I'm with you, Russ, on that, because you play the straight back double, you leave a center guard up.
Right.
And you could miss that.
And you know who's going around the center guard. Now, this could be the plan B and get both the yellows.
No. Okay.
It's fine, John.
Okay,
more line here.
Wait close.
Rim.
More line if anything.
You got to be tight on this line. Don, you're in.
Read as long as you can.
Got to bite center.
They got to. You heard Jen say they've got to be tight on this line, meaning it has to
Hard,
curl.
Don.
Otherwise, they're going to leave a hole.
Really go to get to center.
Hard, Don. You got it. Go.
Good sweep, Don. Good.
Yeah.
Still there.
Play the hole if you get those.
Yeah, because you could kind of rattle in, even if you don't, if you clipped one thin.
Yeah, I think you get the right-hand one, and then you hit the backside of the left-hand one, and in you go.
10 maybe?
You get through. Could you make that double and stay?
I think so.
Yeah, right there.
I was just going to say, or you could just make that
Can't
double.
play a ton of weight or else you're rolling out.
Yeah.
You can just do this.
So with a 10 then.
Yeah. It's whatever weight I need to make the hole, right?
Even a bumper
Like-
is okay. Yeah, I think bumper could play like underneath the hole.
Yeah, I can probably play a 10.
And then if you tick that, let's
Because you want to
not
mention
the end of the world.
Okay, sounds good. So it might end up jamming.
Yeah, this is probably
I think it
gonna
will
if you can
jam, but
this
you get it
full.
off the
I might be
forefoot.
able to get by. Okay.
You're just trying to make some room.
If you could throw soft weight and almost knows it, it's not going to jam.
I think she's throwing firm.
10, yeah.
Yeah, to try to get kind of through the hole.
Watch the wiggles off the guard. You might be able to
You'll
get
keep your
in
shooter
too if
around.
It does happen to hit those.
Yeah.
Okay, straight up here.
Nail it.
Yeah.
Stephanie's a wonderful hitter, always has been.
Little big.
Stay close.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Trying to hold it for her. Hunkin. Teveno. Got it through. And now sitting 2 and under cover.
How nice was that?
Made it easy, right dead buried.
Oh. And to avoid the jam and then getting the roll.
Oh. Gee, that was barely. That'll give the skipper, let her have a little sigh of relief.
Whoa. Not a girl.
Not fair, is it? You finally make that game changer that, you know, you're only 2 down here, even though Saskatchewan hasn't played well at all.
So if I think we're a little more patient and then finish it at
Stephanie
the end,
makes that pistol, and then look at this. Bang, bang.
They were dying when they got
2 yellows up front.
We didn't have to sit for that.
Yeah, I think you only had the first couple ends to get Caitlin
Yeah.
at 38%.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
I think you need to go a bit.
T-line. Lines closed. You have room. T-line.
Stay
Close.
close.
Room. Still T-line. Room.
Let it work.
Room. T-line.
Let it
Just
work.
back T. Back 4. Okay. Yeah. Go, Kara. Yep. Go, Kara. Hard.
Good.
Okay.
Ah, shoot. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. You got it, Jen.
It's a couple feet too deep.
You're probably right.
This is the draw the button path. It's very keen
I thought we were
here.
actually touching it. I didn't say anything right at the end.
Kind of went
I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, it didn't touch.
Yeah.
I think you want to freeze.
Free to the kick.
Well, it's a line shot though. Like sweep for the full 4. I had a 14-2 on that, so it's still a bit heavier.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. Let's make this.
Line's good.
Keep it close. A little bit. Yep.
Skip Stones, Jennifer Jones.
Yep. Top 14. Room. Line's good. Yep. Top 4. Hard line. Hard line. Right to it. Pull away top 4. Hard. You gotta lock it on. Hard, Josh. Right to it, you guys. T-line. Hold the line. Josh is rock. Hard, Josh. Go. That's good. Nice shot. Nice. Yeah. Nice shot, Jen. Really good. Good judge, John.
Starting to figure it out, Team Canada here.
14-3. Okay, tolerance is here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, yeah, that or else you play to open it. But I think this is the shot. Hey.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's because then she's freezing again, and we have nothing.
Yeah.
Short kind of is what it
Gotta be shot.
Yeah, that's it.
Robin's played down this path, so I
that's
think she'll have a pretty close feel.
Yeah, like shot rock.
Robin,
Yeah.
you had here for me?
What?
You had here for me?
Yeah, I think
that's what we have.
This is close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go like you can.
H. Weeds close. Line's a little tight.
Line's tight.
Yep. No room. All you.
Line's
All
good.
you. Line's good. Go little. Yeah, line's good. Hard.
Yes,
Line's good.
How's weight?
Gotta go.
Okay, room.
Room.
Kara.
something to boost a little confidence. And maybe that'll help as he moves her just back far enough to grab the edge of the button shot stone.
Oh, the brushers could have got off it a little earlier. They were saying there was room, but I think they just thought they had to go for the weight.
Right.
But it could have come up just a touch more, and you would have never had a chance to even get to the inside.
That's good.
Still tough to get to the inside, though, isn't it? I think it's just short here.
I don't know what else he's got.
I thought they rolled off a little bit more than that, but it's pretty good.
You just want to sweep or bite the 4. Like
that'll make her feel a little better. You get the weight, the line.
Get there, but really, it's just a blocking her draw.
I think Stephanie's shot set that up. You know, when Stephanie came through the port, made that wonderful double, the crowd went crazy, and all of a sudden they're at the Scott Tournament Hearts, right? They're into it. Really nice shot.
Quite a bit less.
Yeah.
Top beat.
Line's
Top
good.
4.
Group.
Yep. Wait only. Gotta go. Top 8. Not bad. Off the line. Top 4, top 8.
Line's good.
John's in. John's rock.
Peterman now. McEwen moves over to
You got a good one.
takes the stone. You got a good one.
Keep going. Hard.
Keep going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
That's good.
Ooh.
It's fascinating because the communication starts the minute it comes out of Jen's hand. Like it wasn't out of her hand, and you heard, I think, Dawn say quite a bit less, but then Jen answered back, no, I don't think so.
We boxed there.
And they end up with top 4, top 8 halfway down. That's exactly where it was, and they almost made a good one. Still a good one. This is tough.
Yeah,
That's will really have to finish it in.
Yeah,
for sure.
Is there enough curl from out there to get to the edge of the button?
Well, there is. This is the swingier side. We saw everything going crazy with the in-turn the other way, and this out-turn moves. So if they can just hair that yellow guard, I think they've got a chance.
Out of her hand, she thinks it's giving it a little bit much.
I think it's heavy on this side.
I don't think we're heavy.
No, they're going to be all over it.
Okay.
And they are.
Okay. One red.
One red it is.
One red.
Saskatchewan picks up the single. They're within 1. Gushue, final shot.
And there goes his heavy handle thingy.
The stone, Doug.
It's sliding down the ice rectangle.
Sheet.
And bing, bang, boom! Gushue knocked all the thingies out of the ice target.
The house.
What a game.
And what a great ending to the draw.
It's no draw, Vic. That's a big win for Gushue. I think. I don't know I didn't know the score the entire time.
Today's Best Western? What does that mean?
With rewards points that never expire, you get free nights fast. Now stay 2 separate times and get a free night. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Long before the snow begins to melt, planning for the seeding season is underway. Start seeding off strong by using the right drill for the job. New Holland's P2082 disc drill precisely and consistently places seed and fertilizer for rapid nutrient uptake. And it does it all in one pass. Experience equal and even emergence through the innovation of New Holland. To learn more, visit your local New Holland dealer.
On this Saturday night, day one of the Scotties from Sydney. On Cape Breton Island, Team Canada with a 3-2 lead. Again, you go back to that first. Saskatchewan with last rock had a chance for 2. And that point not on the board, and that's the difference in the game.
Couple deep here. Saskatchewan threw that center guard up, then Dawn, who does not come heavy very often, throws back 8. I think Kara's didn't come up.
Gotta be shot though. Full court. Running, guys. It's running. Pass in the court. Josh's rock.
Wait if you can.
Higher the better, guys.
Wait if you can.
Almost T. Go to it. Yeah, go right to it. Does not need to curl. Go. Hard. Hard. Okay, whoa. Right there is good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Sorry, I should have just swiveled.
There we go.
There's something else to think about when you're one of the brushers. I should have swiveled. I should have gotten over to the other side to help try and direct the stone.
T-line.
Yeah.
It's an art now. They can't do it as much as they used to with the other material, but even if you can make a difference of an inch or a half an inch on a shot.
You're still going to try, aren't you?
Line's good.
Line's good. Gotta go, wait. Okay, go then. Line's good.
Stop it.
Hard. You're curling really hard.
Stop it.
Yep, hard. Okay, whoa. Whoa, whoa. We're around
Take it off
ours.
if you can. Take it off. Roll it off.
Okay, Jess. 15-4.
Is that 5?
I just don't think this is teen anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
How hard do we peel?
I don't mind peeling.
Yeah, I don't mind the peel.
I like the peel. Fifth end, even if you end up with a blank here, is not bad.
Well, and Saskatchewan's going. If you make this successfully, Saskatchewan's going to have to work to stop it from being a blank. It could easily be a 2. They got one yellow one in a really good spot.
Yeah, and those center guards are only helping Saskatchewan right now.
Really hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Caitlin.
That's everybody's overcurled there drastically.
Yeah, no kidding.
So now there's a stagger there. Shot rock still belongs to Team Canada.
Yeah. Top button. You guys thought I was straight like that. I think, yeah.
Well, PEI up 6-0, got 2, stole 2. Final stone now on the way for Newfoundland and Labrador's Kelly Sharp.
And for both of Suzanne Burt's final stones, she could see half of 2 red stones, was able to pick out one of them, but left one in. And so this is a draw for 2.
Line's good. Go 12, guys. Really hard.
She has been short on her draws so far. That's been the course of the steals, but not this time.
There for 2. It's only the second time in 25 years that a team other than a Laura Phillips, Kathy Cunningham, Heather Strong, or Stacy Devereaux has represented Newfoundland and Labrador.
Interesting.
Yeah. The only other one was Shelley Nichols in 2010.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's been a long time. There's some dominant teams.
What'd she say? 3/4.
High side on the yellow, red onto Karam, that yellow across to the other red. Just a little off center here.
Yep. Hard. Okay, good.
That was tougher than it looked, wasn't it?
It was.
Extremely thin.
Northwest Territories up 2-1 on New Brunswick. And Andrea Crawford out of the Thistle St. Andrews playing Carrie Galusha from Yellowknife.
Well, Carrie has an opportunity to break this game open with a draw for 3 on her final stone. Andrea Crawford was trying to play a freeze, came light and grazed off the top as it is in the 12-foot. This needs to be a bite of the 8-foot for 3.
I don't think you can.
In a 12th appearance, went 1-6 in the preliminary round, the group play in Penticton. And there is your 3.
Yeah. What's he like? I don't know. Not crazy. I'm not crazy about the freeze.
No?
Honestly, I don't know why.
This is your first?
This is my first, yeah.
I don't like the freeze at all, Cheryl.
Nope.
It's thin. You can nose this too and get rid of those 2. She can hit roll and be lying 2 though.
Yellow doubles there if you want.
What do you
Yeah,
think
or
of
even the
this?
straight pick if you miss the double.
Do you like that double?
What do you think?
Yeah, I like that double.
Okay, let's do it.
Even if it curls
Casey
up.
Scheidegger, after giving up that steal in the second steal of 1, has replied with a 3 spot.
Just under half a rock.
Yeah.
The freeze is so tough. You know, the rock's curving 5 feet and you're trying to put it, if you put it on that side, you just set it up and Jones sits 3. If you put it on that side, it's easy to get rid of it. It just, it's pretty dangerous without hammer. With hammer, you can kind of, that last shot can cover up a lot of sins.
Without, you got a good chance at the double here. It's not.
Oh, yeah. It's normal half rock, eh?
Stay close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let it curl. Just curl just a bit. Close. Should get it.
Ooh.
Okay.
And we'll
It's good.
angle it back, and looks like it's far enough to be that they may be sitting the 2. Shot rock for sure, back edge of the 4.
Yeah, I think you're right, Vic.
Pardon?
I will not repeat that.
Okay.
If you didn't hear it, that's your loss.
That I'm right? I'm not. I'm not hard of hearing. I just choose to hear certain things.
Oh, yes.
Clean it. Whoa. Clean it. Yes. Hard. Hard. You gotta roll it. Gotta roll it.
And roll it they do, and they roll it over, and rolls far enough that shot rock is available.
They're quiet. A hair maybe. That'll look. Jen. Okay.
Very similar situation in the McCarville game where the team Northern Ontario decided to hit the back one. Jones hit the top one. Look what Caitlin's done. Rolled over. Now Silvernagle and the team from Saskatchewan has to be a bit careful here.
Okay. You got it.
This is like here. 10. Straight up.
And you don't want to roll too far.
Or out.
Set a double or out.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
And you don't want to jam. This is a spot that moves.
No. No. No, 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 no. Okay.
As you see some of those numbers, there's not a lot of statistically great play here, particularly in the Saskatchewan side. Their high player right now is their lead, Teveno.
It's pretty close.
On
Those are gonna be
Team Canada side, it's McEwen at lead at 80. Peterman 63, Laws 69, Jones at 72. So, you know, there's a team that Team Canada, as we saw today, Rachel Holman's team wasn't that sharp. They're there for the taking if you can respond. Avoids a jam, rolls it over. But we saw earlier today.
Just so you know.
Yeah, just not that comfort yet with the ice. It'll come.
I couldn't hear anything.
First game's always a little sketchy. You're trying to figure it out, figure out the weight.
Like, really? Because I kept up
What kind of release do you need out here?
Yeah, I did 10:45.
Yeah.
First one I had a 9.6. So.
I used it all.
Straight up.
You got it.
No lack of curl on this side, is there?
Move it! Go! Big! Go!
Look at that.
Clean! Whoa! Big! Clean! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Spill them both. Gets it. And the shooter will go 2. So very nice by Robin Silvernagel.
Good call, Steph. Yeah. Much better now.
Now she's
There you
getting a
go.
little more comfortable. Made the draw. Now she makes the double.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what's she coming in with?
And she's smiling. It helps.
9, so that was good. Like you wanted to throw 9.
Yep.
And they're only one down, you know, like it feels worse, but they're only one down.
Corner and it, I thought was
I
pretty
think
nice.
Canada's fairly happy with this end too. They go to an even end with hammer one up.
This is 5, so break after this.
Yeah, which goes back to when she opened it up. That would give them the chance at the blank or at a chance at a big end.
That was obviously her concept, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Line's good.
Not bad.
Close. Curlin. Line's good.
Line's good. Yep, hard line. Try to keep it straight. Hard, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. Hard, faster.
Oh, wow.
Tough one. Yeah, you're done.
Boy,
Speed, I liked it.
it might be the end of the dream for the blank.
Yeah.
That was short.
What?
I would have never guessed that was short of the rings.
Well, they didn't be there. They didn't sweep it.
No. Probably about a 14-2, 14-5.
Yeah.
That's
Somewhere in
14-8
there is
and
gonna
it
be
was
good.
short. So. Yeah.
But you were saying last night and again today, Russ. So this should really go for her towards the wings, right?
Yes, no question. And they're taking a good 5 feet here.
So final stone for Robin Silvernagel.
No. It's running a little bit here. No, it's not curling.
Gotta curl. Gotta curl. Sit down. Okay, Rob. Okay.
Wow.
I think it would have been okay if it would have. Yeah, hers curled early. We were on the other side where I threw my corner guards. I guess it's going away from the
Yeah, I
rings.
think it's pretty hard.
Okay.
I think we just throw it away.
Okay. Is there a
the
spot you
outturn.
want to see? Jen?
I think that's too hard. You guys? I agree. It looks tough. I think it's really
Split isn't there?
Well, they looked at it. It's tough, but you end up,
Yeah.
the risk is you just get one on the rings and now you forced yourself.
Yeah, I don't think it's there.
I think the blank is the safer of the two.
I got it, Joss. You got it? Yeah.
Easy to break.
Brush down all the way. And so we have our first blank. Comes here in 5, going to the break. 3-2, Team Canada.
The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Sponge Towels Paper Towel. Nothing absorbs like it. The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by New Holland, #TogetherBlue, by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years, and by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Well, Saskatchewan started with last rock and missed their opportunity for the deuce, and really that's the game so far after that blanket 5, 3-2. Team Canada leads it against Robin Silvernagel from North Battleford. Let's check the numbers after 5.
Well, they're not what we're used to seeing, but I think if you're Saskatchewan, you're saying we're 62% and we're only one down, and the skipper's starting to make some shots now. So if Team Canada cooperates, you have a chance in the back half.
The numbers after 5 brought to you by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years. Saskatchewan, Robin Silvernagel against the reigning champions, Jennifer Jones. We are in Sydney on Cape Breton Island. We're about, 3 or 4 hours, I guess, northeast of Halifax. If you go an hour and a half southwest of Halifax to Liverpool, Nova Scotia, you'll find the World Junior Championships are underway today. And Tyler Tardy of Langley, BC, the Canadian champion, trying to defend his world title with an early 4-1 lead over the U.S. So Nova Scotia has curling covered for this week. As we welcome you back on this first day of the Scotties at Center 200. The blank in 5 means that it'll be Team Canada, Jennifer Jones, that once again will have last rock.
Where's the clock?
Playing the Yellowstones. Waiting for the official to give the okay, and here we go. Cara Teveno.
Weight's pretty good.
Line's good. Line's good.
We're tight. 4 feet.
Make sure here.
Line's
Turn to curl. Get over curl.
You have to at the 5th end break if you're Team Saskatchewan. Think of this thing as the glass is half full. They're not playing well. They probably didn't pencil a victory in this game. First game for 3 of them at the Scotties, playing Jennifer Jones. And you're only 1 down. So, buckle up and make some shots here and see what you can do. Put some pressure on them. It's been that elusive draw weight for Saskatchewan more than anything.
Here, lots of line. Yeah, Caitlin's rock because you have to go. Looks a little light to me though. Lots of line. Tough 8, tough 4. You need to let it work, guys. Tough 4 better. Make it good. Fully. Gotta go.
We've all been in these games, Cheryl, where
Hard, Caitlin.
it's just not going your way, and all of a sudden
Hard,
you
Caitlin,
get
you
a
got
wreck and
it.
a
Go.
guard, or you make a double, and now all of a sudden you're tied, and the other team goes, "What's going on?"
Yeah, it doesn't take much, especially when the other team isn't playing their best either.
Okay, top 8. Caitlin. Let's go. You got it.
Northwest Territories with a 5-1 lead over New Brunswick, but I only see yellow in there, so New Brunswick with a chance to get right back in this.
A really good chance. They had 2 buried behind that corner guard, as you see it, and Carrie Galusha on her final stone tried to remove one, but to roll behind the bunch that is in the center that would provide protection. She did remove one of the New Brunswick stones, but rolled out herself. So any piece of the paint for Andrea is 3 and puts her right back in this game.
New Brunswick with 1 title, Canadian Women's Curling Championship. The year was 1963.
I was 2.
And it was...
And you were, what, 30?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Oh.
Wow.
I was a twinkle.
It was Mabel DeWare.
Yes, Mabel DeWare.
Mabel DeWare, and Mabel went on to become a senator, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Caitlin. Line's good. Gotta go. Line's not good.
Why would you?
You're not doubting, Vic.
The way you said that, did you? You know,
It sounded like I had a lot of confidence in you.
Inner voice.
Yes, sorry. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Inner voice. Really?
Really?
Okay.
I more said it out of interest.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Probably about that.
No,
Can't save that puppy.
No,
not backing you up this time.
Many heard. Maybe play this like double tap yellow red frozen.
Whoa, early.
The angle's pretty good.
It is.
Whoa,
It's kind of queued up.
No line. No, 0 line. We're a little.
Shot that everybody misses until they play a few
Yep, Steph, go. Yep, go.
arena
Yep,
events.
yep,
Just
yep,
you step the weight up a fraction, it just does nothing.
Big and. That's hack.
Yeah. Side it might miss.
Feel the guard. Huh? Yeah.
Will it drag
Can we
enough to
jiggle
go
it,
by
or-
that if we hit it on this side?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Put another one.
I don't think you peel in this situation
Yeah,
because
and if I just
they hammer that yellow one,
move it
and
here, is that okay?
both yellows are
No,
gone.
theirs will be lost in here. Yeah. I don't mind that.
You know, we often talk about reading the opposition.
Lined up, then, yeah.
And if your
Okay,
team candidate would say, wow,
okay.
we've got Silvernagel struggling.
Nicer, yeah.
Lawton isn't having the best game. We just saw Jesse Hunkin throwing through. Maybe we should just really keep the pedal on them and pedal down until Jennifer goes, you know what, we're not playing very well either. And maybe we have to be a little more conservative than we might normally.
Which I don't know if that's in her DNA. I think she just expects, even if you're struggling in a game, you're going to come up with a big one next shot. They're going to try and move this red just a little.
Really good.
Nicer angle, I think.
Yeah, I think the angle's better now. The drag it probably will clip the back one, but it might go over the top of it.
Tap it a hair. Okay. 2 is good. Yeah. This side will curl pretty hard.
This is where Robin's
Really?
Yeah, it really curls.
It's a good sign too by Robin. This side will curl very hard. They're starting to pick up on the slight slant to towards sheet C on this sheet. I've often said, you know, if the skippers just can't quite get that broom in the right spot, it affects all 8 shots each end, right?
Jesse Hunkin this time with the draw going the other side. Lutton, Teveno,
Steph. Whoa.
and down
That's
on
good.
top. Shot stone still, though, belongs to Team Canada.
Oh, it comes straight or back.
Yeah, if anything on.
A little bit on the center line side.
Yeah.
eh?
And then try and
That actually
Yeah.
hurts Silvernagle here.
Double there?
Oh, I
Peel
think so.
right on the nose, Josh.
I think we can back this up, John.
Shouldn't do anything, hey?
Yeah, they needed to
I
get
don't
to the
think
inside,
so.
more to the center line side.
Yeah, because that has to go that way. That one's gone for sure. If they throw it hard enough, this one might slide out, at least move out of the way. Could jam pretty solid, the top red, but anything to move these around. I'd love to save the thrown rock here, too.
Peterman. Nothing yet. Bang. Oh, and she stuffed it.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're still, look at, you're sitting first, third, fourth, fifth.
Thought it would spin a little better than that.
Yeah, if anything, we had to hit it like on.
Yeah, they had to cross it to get a little more drag.
Yeah, it wasn't ours.
Hit the red.
Okay.
Yeah. 8.5.
Okay. Try to stick right
Nose.
there.
Yeah, nose is really good.
Nose is great.
Straight up, Steph. Let's go. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Catch it.
Oh, and does touch it on the way by.
Pretty good.
Kind of good that leaving
Gets rid
that
of a
one
couple.
behind there.
Leaves a shooter in a really good spot, too.
Bad for us. I agree.
So former Saskatchewan champion. In a fifth appearance now, Stephanie Lawton. That last appearance, 15, she went 9-5, and that is her best record at Scotties. And you see those who have followed in her slider from Campbell to Barker to Anderson and then Silvernagle.
Never worse than 4 victories in the 4 times, or 7 victories in the 4 times she's been here, which is quite impressive.
Hard line, guys. You gotta
Colonel
go. Go.
Never fails to impress is Sherry Anderson.
Oh my goodness.
Good, Caitlin. That
Her
works. Good.
career, her curling career.
Yeah, like.
And it's non-stop too. She's playing quite a bit with the senior team, which she's done so well with.
Women's team. Loves the game.
She can like pick that, but
She picked up 4 young players, right?
it's probably
Yeah.
rolling.
Trying to nurture them along.
Let's you come right here. Yeah, I
Okay.
think we gotta do that.
I think there.
Gotta get to the inside though, hey?
You know, Vic, I was in Prince Albert this year for the Canadian Juniors where Sherry is from, and in the curling club, they have one of her jerseys framed. She is in the Sport Hall of Fame, which is connected to the arena. And she was sad to have to leave to go to Humboldt because she was there supporting the juniors. She is really a lot to that community as well.
Stop it!
Yeah, it truly is. And great ambassador, great player, but as you say, great ambassador for the game.
No, it's top 4. Top 4.
Don't want to cue this up.
No,
Top
no,
4
no.
might not be the answer unless it curls. So here it comes.
No, needs to curl a
We're
lot.
behind that.
Tap and roll. Yeah, roll it off.
Roll it off a bit.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Kind of weight, do you like just firm or feel?
I think just firm.
I agree. So I'm
And
thinking
both
right
reds are
here,
going
you
away,
like
and you're
that?
going to be sitting
I'll take
3
a
in
look.
there.
Lots of room to get by. Got to get this thin, as thin as you can. That goes out. The red one might, or the yellow one might slide over here, but the thrown rock will stay right there if she gets it thin enough.
You guys should be able to hold that.
Big trouble for Saskatchewan.
Firm.
Got it.
These are tough across the face, though. I always found you tend to hit it thick, and then it's the turn that's not going to have as much action. So, to make this successful, you've almost got to hit it right where the broom is.
Hit and loss, and picked up right away. Don McEwen. Gotta go.
Hi, Jen.
And now trying to spill that one, take it back as far as they can. Oh, now shot rock. Suddenly, it belongs to Saskatchewan.
That wasn't her best effort there.
No, just never got to the broom on it. They were on it right out of her hand.
What a crazy sport, isn't it? All of a sudden Saskatchewan shot rock, that easy double's now going to jam.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That could not have worked out worse.
Throwing the 7 first always.
Yellow that's queued up, Cheryl, that just goes right back. It ticks it back yellow, it redirects onto the red.
Come off that yellow. I don't think so. I think it just stuffs it there.
Caitlin's trying to get over it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Speed will be good, like 14.
One thing to
14,
miss, but one thing to miss and then set them up and tap them into shot. That's hard to do.
What's the play? Did I see them say come right in again?
Yeah, why not? Right to the button. Top button would be ideal.
Room! T-line! Room! 4! Just top 4! Yeah. Yes!
Silvernagel at 45%.
T-line. Whoa! We're frozen.
Gotta crawl.
Okay, shot's fine. Okay.
Heavy.
Out.
They're nice.
Full time.
Curled just nicely.
She's smiling a little more, making a few more, feeling a little bit more comfortable out there.
Right on the middle? Yeah. Middle? Okay.
Caitlin!
My broom.
Tough little play here. You might not, if Jennifer ever misses this one, she's in big trouble, but she's trying to go either back that way and make that double and roll inside, or option B would be just to go straight back and get a piece of that one. That kicks out that way. The shooter goes this way and you're in really good shape. But you need some accuracy here. You know, you could just as easy over curl, miss all the reds, and then they're in big trouble.
You got it.
It's a huge shot here. If you hit the shot rock, can it kick over and get the one on the left, Cheryl?
I think it's close.
Really close if you hit it thick enough.
Picked up right away. As he gets to that center line, riding it now.
Go! Keep going!
And will drive it by everything.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Thought I threw that okay. Sorry, I thought I threw that okay. Just pinched it a bit, I guess. Sorry. I think we might just have to throw this away. Yeah.
Like coming in. Can we freeze right? Same ice should be close, hey?
I think so. Yeah, you were here.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
You could hit that yellow one and sit 5 if you wanted to.
Just top 12. We don't really need to come in there because we could leave her a triple, so. Okay. You think it would leave us?
I think it come in there. Could if we over curl it, possibly. Okay. It might jam.
So
on
Canada's
something,
second though.
I like top 12, top 8 even. Is pretty
If you
good.
nose that yellow with speed, the red would drag.
You got it wrong. I mean, if it's frozen.
Then you might give Jennifer an easier one, right? So there's nothing wrong with this call.
Yeah, I don't know how she scores here.
No.
If they throw this. In fact, I think.
Might not even try to score.
No. Like, I don't know if you would bother. Give them their one.
Just tight! Yeah, line! Just, not even! 2! Line's good!
Line's good!
4 feet! Tight!
Yep!
Yes!
Well, they talked top 12, maybe even biting top 8.
Whoa now.
Whoa!
Sit. Good. Okay.
And that's where they are. Top 12.
Okay. I think that's good, Rob.
No, she can get in there. I think. Don't you think?
No, I think it's good.
Shoot. Could have taken a hair more ice, I guess.
Hair more, but
Hair kept saying tight, so I was
know,
like, yeah, go.
Then line's good if it's tight, but it was in.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I guess I can't hurt ours.
Yeah, the
Just like back button.
intern draw. You can't see any danger, Cheryl.
No, Robin's just over curled a bit. I mean, this is still really tough.
Really tough, because you have to cross this noticeably to kick it off that back one.
Yeah, after you get past that top 12-foot stone.
Dead on, doesn't even give you a shot rock. This is hard.
Okay. But you need to move it. You need to get low, so. Just T-line.
Okay.
We have seen last night and today the movement, the finish is big, but it's late.
All there.
Which is what she'll need.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Final stone right now, it is a stolen point.
Light, Caitlin.
Light, they're saying.
Yeah,
and
okay.
They won't bump that far enough. So
One
that
yellow?
is.
Or one red, sorry?
One red it is.
One
Steal of one.
One red.
So that missed point in one. They get it back here in 6 for tie.
Pioneer Hybrid. For a century, we've provided farmers with top quality seed to grow high-yielding crops. Today, we're starting something new. Pioneer is now part of a bigger company, able to invest in more research and more great people to serve you. That means better seed for you to plant, better crops for you to harvest. It's a new day, and we couldn't be more proud. Today, we are Pioneer, powered by Corteva Agriscience.
$97 in data overages?
You got this, baby, all right? We got this. I'll be with you the whole 42K.
When French Vanilla spotted Red Velvet, it was love at first sight. That rich, sweet flavor was impossible to resist, and a delicious love affair began. Try the new Red Velvet French Vanilla from Tim Hortons. Ooh la la!
The march begins.
Canadians taking March Madness by storm.
R.J. Barrett is the truth. One of the most celebrated high school players since LeBron.
The atmosphere electric.
Fox Sports is bananas. Way up above the rim. Are you kidding me? Where are we at Rucker Park? Whoa! Brackets busting.
Heartbreak Hotel. Come on now. National championship. Are you serious?
Saturday night, our first Saturday evening here in Sydney in our opening day coverage of the Scotties. We're tied at 3 after that steal of 1 by Saskatchewan. We go to the 7th, and once again it'll be Team Canada. And Jennifer Jones out of the St. Vital in Winnipeg that does have last drop. They do have the hammer playing the Redstones. Or pardon me, the Yellowstones.
Dawn played a really nice come around on her first, and then Kara went around and a little bit heavy, and she's basically right behind shot stone now. Curled so much at the end.
Dawn is the best player on the ice at 81%.
Line 2. Hard, Caitlin. You got it. Hard, Caitlin. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. We're over curling. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Dawn.
Good sweep.
Didn't seem quite as quick as last night.
Make it good here.
Well, again, referring to what we said earlier today, it's been mild. Temperature got up to around +6. Rainy most of the day. That's going to go away, and they're expecting colder weather as early as tomorrow. But that humidity in here may be affecting the ice, Russ, you think?
Oh, for sure. No question about it. You can see it.
Right now.
Stay close.
Still. No, you're way out there. You look
we're
really
back
hot.
12 even.
13, you're really hot. Okay, Jess.
Okay, so the heavy's here.
I know. We got a draw one in there, I think, and then feel.
One of these,
Speed is still close
one
with
of
that
these
rock.
ends, Team Canada's going to put it all together here.
Yeah, that's
But
nice
I think
here.
it's nice. Hey?
Yeah.
Just roll 5 here. Okay. That's light. Oh, I added. Careful. Go for it. Okay, T-line. Whoa. Back 4, T.
Whoa. No, then.
No, to the red.
No.
Back 8.
Tapping red.
We're not going to
Trying
get
to come
there.
down a little.
Yeah, no, we're not.
We're
not
still
gonna
back
touch it.
12 almost.
We're not going to touch it.
So I'm just go by
We're not
it,
going
or?
to touch it. Okay, Josh.
Now we've played a few.
Well, even at this hour
Okay.
of just past 9:20 Atlantic time, we're still above freezing +2. But the rest of the week is going to be mostly partly sunny and flurries, and in that -5 to -10 range. So that'll help the ice maker and Dave Merklinger and the crew.
Dave's nicknamed Frosty now.
Yeah.
He was at the Worlds in Vegas where it never rains, and it rained solid for 2 or 3 days. We had frost because they couldn't exhaust it out. And then we were at the Continental Cup there, same thing, and it supposedly hadn't rained in between. It was just when Dave's there, and now he's 3 feet away from the ocean, which isn't helping.
Roll it off, roll it off, roll it off.
Oh, nobody can figure this spot
No.
out. That's like 4 in a row deep.
I don't mind making that.
They brushed the center guard. They brushed Dawn's and brushed Dawn's second one all the way down. I think they just warmed this side up.
Yeah. A little more, let him grab the
You
back.
still here?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Northwest Territories, New Brunswick, as they play in 6.
Well, that stone at the back was thrown by Andrea Crawford after Carrie Galusha went through the house on her first draw. And so this now is the force for Carrie. Needs to find draw weight.
Stay with it.
And just as a comment, Vic, you guys talking about the ice, it was comfortable in the building earlier. It is much colder now. There's fans blowing behind me, so he is trying to move the air around and keep it cooler in here.
Keep a broom down, keep a broom down. You're good, you're good, you're good.
Okay.
Good carry.
And that is the draw for the single to extend the lead for Carrie Galusha and the team from Yellowknife.
So we ready here?
Okay.
You bet. So if I throw like the...
Yeah. 15.
14,
Yeah.
15.
50.
I almost think it might be easier. I think they're trying to freeze to shot stone, but I almost feel like it would be easier to freeze to second shot stone.
Yeah, exactly. One that was just thrown.
Yeah, because it's shot stone's over-buried.
Wait only. Let it work. Wait only. Let it work. Jesse, close.
Whoa, it's there.
It's heavy. We're tapping a bit. Okay, to this one. Yep.
Yeah, plan B.
Yep.
Whoa. That's good.
Good shot.
Good. Yeah. Try to get low, just tap it, like back button. Okay.
And a 14.6 on hers.
Yeah. Should come look at it, Caitlin. I saw it, it's okay. Well, no, I know, but we could play weight and we could get them all gone. Okay? Do you like that better?
That makes some sense because it's getting pretty claustrophobic in there, Cheryl. And
I don't quite have 3/4, but...
kill the red and the yellow.
And
Not
I guess
with
they probably
weights.
all don't go.
I have less than 3/4.
Okay. So probably just try to get low and unlock it.
Yeah, I think
Basically
so.
just to draw.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And it would kick these back also a little bit. You'd sit a couple and maybe start to bring in these type of rocks. back into play, but I think Caitlin's decided she can't see enough of it with weight.
Yeah, that's what she said. Just wasn't
Get
enough.
low and lock it. It's all line. And weight, I guess. But.
I liked it though. You'd hammer it off that red, it would spin, so it's gone. You might get both those reds going.
You might still get that chance though, Russ, if you
Sure.
get to kind of the inside of this, tap it back a bit, then you might be able to run red. You see more of it.
Yeah, as long as you don't move this, even on the nose is good.
Yep.
A setup shot here, eh?
Yeah, which would be perfect.
Great, dog.
As long as Saskatchewan cooperates.
Yeah. T. Yeah. Hard line.
One more time, McEwen and Peterman.
Really hard, guys.
That's maybe
Really
been the
hard,
most
really hard, really hard. You gotta rub
overused
off.
saying
You gotta rub
tonight.
off. You gotta
Hard
rub off.
line. So many stones
Oh, yeah.
inside and catching the curl.
Boy.
It's so easy to get caught though. You see so many people deep on this, so you try to pull
Mhm.
back a bit.
Such a difference if it's
Scheidegger up by 4, the wild card, and PEI, Bert, in control against Newfoundland and Labrador.
So probably similar weight over here. I think it'll be bad here because we're going to be on a decent path. Like,
Yeah, it's not quite as polished as this
Yeah,
because
give
we
us
had help.
I like a couple more feet, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, I think real
Okay.
close. Okay, let's go, Steph.
That eliminates any chance on that right-hand side for the moment.
And your error for Steph on this one is anywhere kind of top 8 to corner frozen. You're trying to take away both sides from Canada.
Really hard line. Just tight. Okay. Not even. Not even.
That's really something. They both sides.
Okay. Yeah, go on it.
You can't go out, it seems, far enough.
No, and they just said, you heard them say it's a deadly side. Like we've seen so many misses on that side from over curls.
Well, we were thinking
about
it
a
would be
14.
close weight, but it's not even close.
What?
It's not even close to the same weight on that side.
Now, the weight makes it even more. You've got to throw so much extra.
Line's good. Okay, wait.
Basically guessing, Russ?
Yeah, it's a bit of a guess. I don't think it's quite as drastically slow as they think. We'll soon find out here.
Looks heavy. Looks heavy.
This is gliding beautifully.
Really coming down though. No, still back 4. Back 8.
Yeah, get it by, Joss. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, I think Steph underthrew hers, but is slower on that side, no question.
Second shot.
But only because of all the curl.
Right.
Okay, let's try to get to there.
Yeah.
Here's
Boy,
okay.
that's,
Yeah.
Their second shot. Though.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Let's
as
go.
you take a look at that, you see the white
You can tell if we're second shot.
just on the 4 foot there, just in front of that stone. That's the frost.
That was a 12.5.
Now,
touching.
they always say, Russ, and you know better than I, the frost isn't a problem. It looks worse than it is. If that frost comes up above the pebble, then it's a problem. And then you can see a little bit of the streakiness. But
yeah, 100%, Verka. Let's say the pebble's, I don't know, a 1/4 inch high. Just because you can see frost on the surface, you need a 1/4 inch of frost before it's really going to do damage.
Close.
Shots for weight, guys.
So it's just keeping that memory work of what side's been played on.
Kevin, Hunkin.
Tapping. Back 4.
Watch this now. Watch where it goes.
Yeah.
Still had a little finish. Look at that.
Oh, but they could have left. There might be a
That
red
moved
double.
hard.
You might be able to move it over. I don't know if that helps.
Tap
us,
it
but-
even.
Like it.
They said lots of room on Robbins. And then it was gone.
Mine either or, I guess. But
Might be, but
I'd say maybe a hair.
might be smarter, Cheryl. What do you think of just like soft weight and kind of
You like
rolling it
that,
in there?
or-
They're already leaning 2. If they could stick it in there,
Yeah, because even
the
if we
double might be there,
here, it's not
Yeah.
bad.
but the yellow's kind of in the way.
But nose isn't bad.
Even if you rolled over and just touched it
Unfortunately,
over.
This is just such a guess.
You roll the
You
center
guys like
line,
10
maybe.
with that ice?
Yeah, move the red a hair. You mean?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I agree.
I think if you just redirect here with like a back 12 foot, you want to get that red one behind the tee line so that Silvernagel can't use it.
I don't know who's second. I feel like it's yellow.
Vic says it's
Do you
yellow.
do you think that's
Oh,
enough?
does he? Oh. Then I think it's red. I think it is yellow.
Yeah.
Therefore, you roll a foot here, it's pretty good.
You may have heard there
Whoa.
Jennifer Jones say as she got down to the hack end. It's a little bit of a guess.
Whoa.
Peterman, McEwen now, late licks, here they go. Come across, and then it backed up.
Oh, lost it.
They are, though, sitting the 2.
Yeah, but it kind of allows Robin to get in there now.
It's so hard on the spot to anticipate. They were off it.
That's where I think, you just hit it thicker and roll a foot.
Yes.
This is tricky.
Just snapped on them right there.
Tough on it's a difficult call anyway for any third or anybody calling line.
Yeah, it
but
is.
in that situation, if they stay on it, as you say, but now if you're Caitlin Laws, what are you playing? You're playing now the thin double, or are you playing it thicker just to roll over?
Yeah, I think they should have stayed on it, and then you do just get it thicker to roll over. If it comes up a bit, then you get that little touch, but by getting off of it, it snapped, and then you got neither.
Still room here now. Whether this will finish, has a chance to get in here and maybe cut this off. Oh boy.
That's fine. That's pretty good. That's okay.
I don't know. Can you get across that nose and roll it in for 2?
No, for sure.
It was to the back when you were still giving her 2 anyways, right?
Yep.
That's good. I don't think so.
Like with hack?
I mean, there's no risk.
I just have to touch it a little bit, right?
Sure. I don't mind the same weight. You just threw even.
Here?
Okay.
Was that bumper at the end of the day?
It was 10-2.
Pardon?
10-2.
Okay.
Nose we get 2.
Okay.
Is this here, Cheryl? If you throw normal hit weight, it goes over this way. The yellow hits this one and redirects up a hair. You don't have to move that red one very far.
Get as low as we can get.
Yeah, it might be there.
Peel would be the ideal play here, but I'm not sure they have enough room. It looks like it's kind of edge on edge down there.
Yeah, it's definitely there with a big weight. You might.
Tough shot, but you knows that you get 2, so it's worth a try.
Well, she said if we can get as low as we can get. Final stone here in 7 of a 3-3 tie. How low can you go? And there's a rollover on top, and that will be 4-2. 5-3. Team Canada leads it.
What's going on in the gym? It's rocks and rings. They brought in some cool equipment, and we're gonna learn about curling. Let's go! Cool!
To bring Rocks and Rings to your school, visit rocksandrings.com.
With no choice but to move back home after university, they thought he'd be a little more motivated to find a job. Turns out, they were right. Upload your resume on Indeed.
All-wheel drive confidence. All-wheel drive fun. Introducing the redesigned 2019 Tucson, now with no charge H-Track all-wheel drive.
On his first day of play here at the Scotties in Sydney, and center 200, 5-3. Team Canada leads it. Saskatchewan with last rock. They have the hammer, playing the red stones. Center line guard goes up. Wide corner, covering the edge of the 8 from Saskatchewan, and then right around goes Don McEwen. As you take a look at the numbers for the lead so far, respectable numbers for both leads. But as you see the other numbers come up, oh, not so much. This is all downhill from here.
There you go. That's good.
Very nice.
Like 4 3/4 shot.
Just bit of a shock last end that, you know, the shots weren't missed by much, but virtually every one of them was missed the wrong way. And at this level, you don't see that very often.
No, you can't bring him back. There was a couple even through.
Line's decent, but you have room.
Tight, tough call.
Okay, it needs to curl, Caitlin.
You can go, Caitlin, go,
Needs
go,
to
go.
curl.
See Caitlin swivel around a bit and get both brooms trying to scratch it over.
Hard, hard, hard.
New Brunswick down by 2, final stone on the way for Andrea Crawford from St. John.
And she does face 4. Carrie Galusha drawing in on her final stone to lie 4. Andrea's electing to draw instead of playing a soft weight hit, so she needs full forfeit.
Curling a lot. You gotta go. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good seat, girls.
Great shot, Andrea.
Oh, great
Very
judgment.
nice.
You bet. Down by 1 to Carrie Galusha.
Like that.
Okay.
7/8, 3/4 should get it.
Okay. We're playing
8.5.
Nice to see Andrea Crawford back after a layoff. She's our
Roll the shooter, Steph.
Tom Brady of our province.
She's such a good player.
He makes all the big ones too. Like that one.
Yep. Hard. Yep, yep.
Jesse Hunkin.
Hard.
Run it back. Get one. And, gets them both and splits it around the shot stone. Top of the button.
Leaves the perfect guard.
No, I like when you said that. I was like, could it even went across on that too and really move the sheet.
She's always been a really good hitter.
Yeah, you can see. Perfect. Yeah. Go, 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 go. Hard, hard, hard.
Boy, before.
Really hard. Same.
You take a look now at the numbers for the seconds. Hunkin and Peterman. Struggles for both.
Hard for everything. Hard. Hard, hard, hard.
You saw there, further to what you said about Jesse Hunkin, 94% on her hits. And a good example, of course, was that first stone of hers.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if
Yeah, and she actually is a pretty good touch player, but nobody's really feeling it tonight.
No.
Do you like that?
Yeah, it's the same shot. Not overly.
Okay.
If you over curl it, that I guess.
Yeah. And then roll the shooter behind the
Pro
guard.
side. Yeah.
You can even play the intern.
Yeah, I guess if you hit it any bit high, that's bad.
Yeah, she can.
Sweep it. Hold it to sweep it.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't actually.
I
You
know.
can do that.
Exactly. Now she's thinking about it, right?
I like that. I like that. Let's do that.
Do you like this, Cheryl?
I don't know if I do, to be honest. You have to make it, but if you don't make it, you open it up and you leave a short little run for Team Canada.
I think I need like back line.
But they're really kind of in a tough spot.
What's the thought here then, Russ? Why would you play this?
Well, because 2 down, they're trying to find a way to generate points and not get into trouble here. If they give up a steal here, they lose the game in theory. So if you make this properly, you've got 3 red ones in the rings.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a hitting contest. So it's not. It's tough though.
Yeah, I think my concern is if you don't make it.
Well, exactly.
Then you've opened it up.
Yeah. Curling hard.
Roll then. Yeah, roll it, Kara. Roll. Roll. Okay.
So raises one in, shooter rolls over, and that center line stone is available.
I iced her hair tight, and then she was a bit tight. What do you like?
She just knows it.
Knows that. I don't mind that.
Like just topping it, or are we hitting it?
Tap safer. You shrink the
I
scoring
don't mind
area.
the hit.
You ever missed that run back,
Okay.
Cheryl?
Kind of wait here.
Sure.
Hey, Caitlin.
This should curl, hey?
Just a tad on the broom side. You might sit
Mine didn't do
2,
much.
maybe 3.
Hair more?
You don't want to miss it really high side.
No. Go across the top of the red
that's
one.
yeah, exactly.
9.5.
Whoa,
No. Roll it, Dawn.
Get off
Roll
it.
Dawn. Roll it, Dawn. Watch it over there.
Watch the jams, and they finally spin and settle.
Okay.
And the shot stone now belongs to Team Canada. That's the one right there, top edge of the 8.
But I think red is second shot.
Saskatchewan's second.
It is. Now look at the numbers here for the respective thirds for Stephanie Lawton and Caitlin Laws. Just not what you would expect at 61 and 66.
No kidding.
Yep. Reset.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Saskatchewan's got a low-risk shot at a 2 here.
No. Clean.
Caitlin hasn't played poorly, but she said 2 or 3 that have just been a disaster the way they've ended up after the smoke clears.
So they are sitting to 2 as Jennifer Jones takes a look. Well, no, I won't say that. I spoke too soon. I don't think that stone now just thrown his second shot.
No.
But they are shot at the back.
Yeah. I don't mind the hit and flop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or we freeze ours.
Yeah. I do have I'm more than half on the outside, but
yeah, you could probably do that. Do you like that?
I don't mind it.
Okay.
Do you guys like that, or do you want to hit the side one?
How much do you think?
I have thick half. I don't mind this either.
You could hit and roll and you'd be shot.
Easier shot, too, isn't it?
It is.
Who
They
kno-
haven't played to the wings.
Who knows what it's going to do out there in the snow there.
Jen, do you want the
I think this would be a little bit more certainty to it.
You roll way over, too.
Little big. Clean. Clean. Off. Done.
McEwen picks up.
Hard done.
Laws now, Peterman.
Hard done.
Still with
Go,
McEwen.
John. Go.
Got one. Oh, it just
Looks like it was going.
got across the nose.
Just doesn't do anything. Sorry, and I was
Straight
even
side,
thinking
right? It's just
overroll. I
just
just
food.
didn't want to.
I just didn't want to overroll and give him the double.
Double. No, I know. I thought if we hit over there, a chance where you could get the
It's
double
in a pretty good spot.
Okay.
Because you can't, if you're Saskatchewan, you can't really play around that to the right, that red-yellow, because yellow's a pretty easy run. So go to the wings.
Cards are
This is still a guess, though.
Freeze to the corner of this, though, or even a little high. It's buried. Sitting 2.
They'll have a decent idea because they threw the corner guard there that you can see.
You really gotta go, guys. Line's good. Really gotta go, line.
Really gotta go. Teveno and Hunkett.
Kate. Whoa, whoa. Tom, whoa, whoa. Line's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Real nice stuff.
Wow, very nice. Best she's thrown today.
Great shot.
Okay. Sorry, guys, I was soft with that on that. Good
Yeah,
sweeping.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going that far.
No, I didn't
Nice
either.
shot.
I was soft.
I was like,
That's what we talk about, going to the wings is faster.
Hey, whoa, line's good. I think I had a 14-3 on it, so it was
Great
fine.
opportunity here now, sitting 2. You can't get at that at all. Jennifer's just going to ignore it. It's so good.
Thanks. So she's coming.
Your first one, sorry, I just miscalled that. Like 4 feet more than draw the back.
Yeah. They're lying
like that?
too, but I don't really want to play around that one.
Okay.
Even if we go back, make her make the double, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You done?
What are you guys thinking here?
We haven't really been in this path. We're thinking like 4 feet more than draw the button.
Oh, I was
like
thinking
that?
that's it? So like what I've been throwing then?
Yeah, I mean, like,
4 and a
this looks
half?
too frosty here. It looks pretty good, so.
Okay.
You know, again, we say it can look worse than it is. So, but Jennifer a little surprised that, you know, maybe 4 feet. She was expecting to throw a lot more.
She was. You could see, but Dawn said, look down the path, and she said, I don't see as much frost down this path. So that must be what the struggle is.
It's
man.
just tight. Trying to get over this red yellow.
Looking at a 4 score here for Saskatchewan. Get this in the right spot. What's Jennifer going to do?
Sorry.
That one.
Did you get on that?
15-8.
Sorry.
She doesn't have quite all of this anymore.
You don't have quite all of that.
But we don't want to come here. And we don't want to come here because then she can just slash that.
Okay. I like top 8 there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's going this way. Top 8. Okay. Let's go, Robin. Straight up here.
A little word of encouragement. Let's go, Robin. And self-explanatory. You just don't see those numbers from the likes of a Jennifer Jones. Both skips are struggling, just waiting. The game is really waiting for someone or one team to take it and go with it. Might be here in this 8th as it's setting up for Saskatchewan.
Probably the best spot for this, so the slash isn't easy for Team Canada, is just at a top 8.
Mm-hmm. No question.
If you're deep, they just play a tap or follow you down.
Now it's starting to go at that off-center guard. Here it goes. Got to get it by that one first. Drag it by that. Oh, and they just did. And now to the top 8.
That really went on them.
A really good spot. The ice has changed significantly here. They thought that was deep out of her hand.
Sit.
You can slice this as thin as you can. And then you can probably leave it just dead behind the guards.
It's pretty easy to do that, though, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
And who knows where that goes. If it stops there, it's a draw for 4. Got to get this really, really thin, as you say. Stick it.
The advantage, Russ, is this is a straight side.
Mm-hmm.
It's thin, though. Thinner than you think.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, half a rock. I think that's jamming.
Any chance of this, if it is frosty, getting up on the frost and running? Or it's not that bad?
I don't think it would do that, but it's so straight here, as Cheryl alluded to. You could flash this.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, yeah.
Now, late licks, angle it back. Watch the stuff. Oh, and it spills. And may have spilled just enough. Now you look back at that yellow.
It's close.
Again.
It's you can still see a bit of this. Had to hit it thinner.
This has a sliver. It's hard to get it by this one. Is it
For possibly 3.
Yep.
Is it worth playing the yellow-red?
I think so.
We can pick it.
Could be for 4, isn't it?
I like
3.5. I'm not sure about that back one.
I've never got 3.5 before.
straight up here, Robin. Let's go.
Yeah. Come up an inch here.
Robin can hit. This is a shot she can make for sure.
Just trying to slice it through the hole.
Yeah. And it's close, isn't it?
There you go. What
That's
you need,
really
anyways.
close. Yellow back
I think
red.
if we can hit what we can see, we should be good.
Let's nail it. You can, girl. You got this. Kind of weight.
8.5. 8.
Can you get across the nose for a little roll towards center line, or do you have to?
No, this is just a straight.
Just pick it out?
Yeah.
Pick. Boy. Now, wait. Go now. Get it by. Oh, and avoid the jam, and she does.
How nice.
So, 1 for sure. 2 they are. And now you look. And you might call for the measure.
Very nice shot by Robin.
Yeah, I think it's just
2 nice shots.
I think it's just 2. You have a look at it, but that looks yellow. Yeah.
2 it is.
2 red.
Back and forth we go.
Shots. Sorry, I know you guys. I was just yelling and you didn't know what I was.
Eat your genes. Your genes can say a lot about your health. It's more than just ancestry. So this year, before you make a generic resolution, meet your genes and make a genetic one with over 125 genetic reports at 23andme.ca.
Johnny Walker, Black Label, aged 12 years. 12 years. Think all the way back then. Maybe you weren't always sure where you were going, but you made it here. Ready for the next 12?
People are raving about the 14-minute workout on the Bowflex Max Trainer.
It's a great full-body workout.
It's unbelievable, and you will feel it.
Oh, I love it. Max is the fastest workout I've ever done.
The Max Trainer is a 14-minute total body workout that sets targets to guide you, so you can burn more calories and get results like she did, and he did, and she did. Save $450 with our Bowflex Winter Sale at bowflex.ca.
A year ago, the Reds fell short in their quest for Champions League glory.
Heartbreak from the penalty spot for Toronto FC.
Now, they return ready to challenge for North America's soccer crown.
What a finish from Jonathan Osorio!
The journey begins in Panama against Atletico Independiente.
Toronto FC producing arguably their best ever performance.
Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League. Round of 16 kicks off on TSN.
Interesting evening this first Saturday night of the Scotties here in Sydney as Team Canada. Jennifer Jones plays Robin Silvernagle. First appearance for the skip out of North Battleford. Both teams struggling with the ice, and here we are going to 9 in a 5-5 tie, and it is Team Canada that does have the last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstone. We have a couple of finals, and the wild card team out of Lethbridge, Casey Scheidegger, picks up the win 10-2. And it's a win for Suzanne Burt, who returns after taking a couple of years away from the game. Prince Edward Island is a winner over Newfoundland and Labrador.
Saskatchewan through the center line guard here. You're thinking they want to force, and then Team Canada went to the wings, and Saskatchewan hit it. I would question maybe you throw another center guard.
Oh, no question, because in theory it's a blank end, right?
6-5 Territories lead. Kathy, what a mess.
You were just waiting. I was telling him I couldn't get in here, and my mother sent me a text saying, just like Vic says, the weather is such a mess.
Yeah, yes!
That Yellowstone that is shot, thrown by Andrea Crawford. Carrie's trying to make the double run to pick it out.
Oh!
Just like that. Carrie, count them up, Victor.
Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
What a shot. And handshakes.
What a beautiful shot that was.
11-5.
What a great shot.
Carrie Galusha out of the Yellowknife Curling Center in a 12th appearance.
They called a timeout on her first one, and she threw a setup shot, and then Andrea threw the guard on top, but it was too tight to allow that, and that goes to John Epping and the coaching advice from the bench.
And John is their coach and has been now for a number of years. Will get a chance still, though, to play in the Brier, having lost that Ontario final to Scott McDonald. He and Brendan Botcher will meet on the Friday night prior to the start of the Brier in Brandon.
Kath, every end I looked over in that Territory New Brunswick game, there was 4 or 5 red ones buried early in the end. Yeah. They really made a lot of good finesse shots.
They did. You know what? Carrie said that they've played more than they ever have before this year, and what it did is convince them that with a little bit more playing that they could compete. They won one, they were in 2 finals, and the 2 events they didn't qualify in, they lost qualifying games, so they're playing with confidence, Russ, and it really showed tonight.
Did it ever?
Gotta go.
To your point, Cheryl,
Hard, Josh.
you threw the center guard for a reason, then you hit the back one, which just is totally against the first call.
Yeah, the blank is pretty straightforward now.
So if you're Team Canada, you just want to carry this through, take the last rock home.
Yeah, I'll stay down.
Cross.
The only slight glimmer of hope in a 10th end tied against Canada is Jennifer just threw that one draw so light. If you could ever, I'm going to eat my words, because she normally, well, she'll probably put in the pin in the 10th end when she has to, but you'd have to think in the back of her mind she's not too confident with that draw weight.
I don't know that anybody is out here.
Yeah, pretty tight.
World Junior Championships underway today in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. And Tyler Tardy out of Langley, BC, trying to defend his world title of a year ago. And the U.S. has come back. They're tied at 6. Selena Sturmey out of Edmonton is representing Canada on the women's side. Ooh.
My goodness.
Well, the force is back on.
I will apologize to Caitlin. It's the announcer's curse. It was actually your fault. It was your scouting report that she's played better than ever, so I just went with that.
She has this year.
Send the heat mail to Cheryl.
She's had a brilliant year.
And you know, again, she didn't miss by much, but a little outward motion on that straighter turn makes you look silly.
Line's good. You got a bit of room. Line's good. Room. Top eight. All you. Gotta go.
Yep. Line straight.
Hard. Gotta go. Line's really good. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Right back.
And around she goes. Wow, when you go back to that corner freeze, Stephanie Lawton made, and now she's starting to find her draw weight. Barry's at half a stone, top edge of the 8.
Close.
Starting to come to her.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
The run, I think, is a little easier.
3/4.
That straight side, it's hard to hang on with the out turn tap.
Sweep the shooter.
Caitlin Laws
Curl a bit. Roll it.
trying to get it. Oh, she just ticks it again.
So unlucky, Caitlin. Good try.
That is very unlucky.
Good try.
The Saskatchewan getting that deuce in 8. And you said that this was more difficult than it looked, to slice it and get it through the hole.
Well, it is. It's so thin, right? You have to get it very thin. Got to throw the right weight, believe it, and slice it out.
Leads to the deuce, the key shot, brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
I think the shot's even made tougher because you've been struggling too, and you're trying to manufacture shots for yourself. But 2 in a row for Robin that end.
Tight. Room.
That was so unlucky for Caitlin to tick it, but not get rid of it.
Yes, it's still in front of the tee line too.
Whoa, Kara. Whoa, Jessie only. Pretty tight.
It's Jessie's rock.
Really tight.
Really
Just
tight.
top 12. Almost about. We're in.
A little bit, Jess.
No, whoa. All right, girl.
And they'll cover half a stone.
Good, Rob. Yeah, that came down more than I. Yeah.
How much do I have?
Yeah, you could almost finished it. So yeah. Just even a bite would have been okay.
Left a little too much out front here. I think Jennifer on the swingier turn. This time she'll elect to hit and stay. Keep the blank alive.
Yeah.
There's that 10 penalty.
It's not easy, but it's with that extra curl, it's easier than the one Caitlin almost tried.
Do you guys like this, or do you like running it and trying to make the double? Chances are I'm going to stick around if I do that. She's just drawing around anyway.
Yeah.
This should curl here.
I agree.
That's the beauty of it. So that 10.5.
Okay, let's make this. You got it.
Huge shot here. It fractured the guard in the rings just as easy.
You guys like that ice?
Yeah. You got her, Jen.
Boy, that really hooked.
That wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen one under curl on that spot on that turn.
The same rock, she came up way light last time.
You got the same ice, so we'll just be ready to finish it early.
Probably worth giving it a go. Yeah. Shoot, I thought that might spin in.
Yeah. Right, we can't show her in.
I can definitely
She's a hair lighter there.
Okay.
There's so much curl there, but she took so much ice, and she just underthrew it.
A little tighter. Touch less. Line's good. Room.
Right.
Didn't quite cover shot stone with her first.
Tight.
Little less and less.
Okay.
Jessie only. Jessie.
Give it time. Still has to curl, guys.
We're in. Whoa, then whoa. It looks heavy.
Hold 12 here now.
Hold 12. Freeze it.
No, it's not.
No, it's not going to go that far, but comes a little deeper. Does cover more of the shot rock.
That's your spot, Rob. Almost 2 skippers a millimeter high.
Yeah.
And we probably blank.
We
I
make
think
the double.
that's pretty good, but there's
Okay.
an outside chance that you
Yeah,
make a
that's
double and a
close where I
blank.
threw my run.
Oh, yeah. Just so it was in.
I don't mind this at all if I'm Saskatchewan.
No.
Hey, it's tough. You might make the double and stay, too.
So, hey, if you give up one, it's not the end of the world.
I think Saskatchewan, the way this game started, one up coming home would be
Firm.
having
I
a
think
party.
this will curl a hair. You guys?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
First one, like I needed 2 feet less than I threw my first one.
Across the face, Cheryl. And
Oh, I think they're hitting it slightly high.
and hope they roll across the yellow one there.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
You buying into that?
1/4 inch high and with lots of weight.
Yeah. Big weight.
Final stone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Saskatchewan is sitting
Whoa!
floating on her.
Yeah! Yeah!
Now late licks. Here they go. Peterman. McEwen got one. Stuffed it. Now whenever they let go, will it spill it far enough? Stay with it. Away it goes.
Just.
That is an amazing shot, really.
Yes,
And
it is.
the shooter stays out in front. They get their blank. Boy, they had to work. And you heard her say that was a very hard line call. Caitlin Laws. And then enough presence of mind to get right over there and get that out of there. Blank.
We were getting married in the most beautiful rural setting. My mom got sick and couldn't be with us for our big day. I was heartbroken. Thankfully, we discovered ExploreNet. They responded right away and connected us to high-speed internet. Our big day was incredible because it felt like Mom was there.
ExploreNet. Connect to what matters.
All friendships change.
You're my best friend.
Thanks, pal. But the good ones get stronger.
The internet feels like home. I want this to be my life.
You're just a kid.
Oh, and here's some mature adult.
Ralph breaks the internet.
Can you bike?
This will make you go faster.
Go.
Keep going, that's it.
The all-new Hyundai Santa Fe with the world's first safe exit assist. It doesn't just keep its occupants safe, it helps keep everyone safe.
Waiting for one team really just to take charge here in this 5-5 tie. It's the only game left on the ice, our feature. Robin Silvernagle of Saskatchewan against Team Canada Jennifer Jones.
Okay, Dawn.
And
Try.
trying to play that tick. Now the
Probably just on
shooter
this side.
remains out in front,
Yeah.
just off center line, covering the 4-foot. So didn't go quite far enough. And the other thing to keep in mind, and Russ, have to give Russ credit for this. He
Wow.
said it during our break. There's nobody else on the ice. That changes the airflow, and now you wonder about how this single sheet will react.
Yeah, and it's not getting quicker, that's for sure. We watched it on the other sheets too later in the games. I thought Dawn's split, they were quite happy with it all the way down. All of a sudden it took off and hit 3/4 of it. So if I'm Silvernagle and Team Saskatchewan, I'm trying to get Jennifer to play a finesse shot, which you normally wouldn't say.
You'll just have to remember later in the week, okay, that I gave you your props tonight, and I was backing you up.
So that's the one?
Yeah, well, no, I'm just saying.
That's it.
You remember me later in the week.
Don't back over him.
Yeah, if you drive that bus, be gentle.
Jocelyn loves these.
Both of them on it, McEwen.
Gotta go. Okay, whoa,
Laws, gotta go.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh boy. Now they've tightened it up a little bit. Center line guard still there, covering the 4.
I think so.
Well, yeah, we did see some nerves from Robin Silvernagle, and yes, she had a chance for the deuce in the first. The way these teams, though, were playing, we're a little surprised you're even here. Look at this. The seconds, thirds, and skips from both teams are under 70%. It's just not what we expect. But, hey, both teams, now as we play in 10, have that chance for a win on this opening night. Game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Room! Eli! Room! Room! Needs to curl. Whoa, whoa, you look warm.
Yeah, we're back a bit.
You look heavy.
Yeah, we are.
14 seconds on that one, so that slid virtually normal. It was around 14-8 most of the game.
And to the back. So they are sitting 3 around the 12 without last rock, Saskatchewan.
That was my first thought yet. 3/4?
Questionable to go in that case. He could have been top 12-ish, come up with a better guard.
Yeah, I thought they might think of that. I like this call because she's playing it actually across to the red one on the right, trying to clip it too to open up both sides for Jen when she has to play a draw.
Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Off that red, John, watch it. Atta girl.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Get it.
Man.
Jocelyn.
Oh,
What a beauty.
that really was touching all the bases.
That brought a smile.
At this point, skipper can play either turn, which, find the path you like, which is probably this path here on the in-turn side.
You know, and I'll give you an indication that the houses, despite what we see in the discoloration, the houses are still lively. Because she didn't touch those and give those a big wrap. They still managed to pop out.
Could curl a bit. Kara, go. Kara, go. Yep. Yep.
Almost to your room.
Yep, Kara. Yep. Good. Good.
She's eyeing up the one Jocelyn missed.
Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Touch it.
Oof.
Okay, good.
That's right.
Cross it a bit. Move it around.
Yeah, I like it. Speed's good.
Okay. Yeah, same way here. Let's go.
Don't the same, a little higher.
Line's curling earlier.
Line's good, all you.
Line's
Looks like
curling
you gotta
earlier.
go pretty hard.
Gotta go.
Hard, guys. Quick, quick, quick. Yep, keep going. As far as it goes. As far as it goes. Yep. Okay, good.
Good stuff.
Good.
Good, sweet.
Good girl.
That's good. Spot here that will curl, so just stay close.
Clean. Clean up.
The two-time Olympic gold medal winner, Caitlin Laws. Got it. And across the top.
Nice shot, Caitlin.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Well, or do you want to call a timeout and talk about it?
Sure. Time out, please.
So using one of their 90-second timeouts.
Look at a few.
No.
Yeah, I think.
Where do you go though? Like, do you go top 12 and hope she?
We could do
bonks
this.
it?
I think you do that on your last.
You think?
I think
Yeah,
you
I
throw
think
in
we
a
throw
guard.
one more
One more
guard.
guard.
Yeah.
You bigger?
One more guard, and then we put it depending on where, like if you want her
But
to
leave it off center?
Yeah,
or-
but if you want her to hit, you hang one out on the other, so you
Yeah.
can get a hit
This
and roll
is
out.
a tough draw path right now, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind that on your last one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Try that
But I
too.
think you throw the guard.
I think so too.
I
yeah.
actually don't mind the guard in this path too. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Let's
like
go here. But we don't really want to show it to her.
Yeah.
Well, she's hitting
I
herself.
think
I
the
like
guard
that.
makes some sense, Cheryl. I
Yeah.
don't think Jennifer's going to draw. If she does, that might be your chance to win. And then with your last one, if Jennifer peels that one, I'd be tempted to kind of go over edge on this side a little bit because this
Pattern
path
is nice here.
is perfect. This path, Jennifer came up 15 feet light. So
Yeah, she barely was over the hog.
Yeah.
you normally maybe would put it top 12 right in the center line, but that would give her that intern path. I'm guessing that's the one she wants.
you're not.
I like another guard. Waste another. You only
for
want to
sure.
give her one chance at it.
Yeah, you go in and she stays for shot. You've got to hit it.
Yep.
2.5.
Line's good.
Curling a bit.
2.
Yep.
Line's
Then.
good.
Yep. Curling hard.
Starting to move, lots.
Coming down.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Good shot.
Good girl.
Good. They're calling timeout.
Marlene's time.
Time now being called by Team Canada.
It's long enough, it might bait her into drawing.
Well, and I wonder if she just wants a chance at a draw.
Yeah.
That's.
Make the perfect freeze tap and we have nothing.
I think we just rip it, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. I like the peel.
I just don't, speed's just not super easy, that's all. I think we, just it's so long.
Yeah.
I think we rip it.
I think so too. Like you rip it and you're probably going to have
Either nose hit or a draw.
nose hit or
draw 8 foot probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could just hear a
Right
little
beside
bit of
it,
doubt in
doesn't
Jen's
it?
voice where she said the speed's so tough.
Well,
That's
that's
why
just-
she considered the draw.
That's just it, the one she missed by quite a bit on the out turn 2 ends ago, and that has to be in the back of her mind. So do you go down the good path and throw it heavy? So you might be able to get both here too. Pretty good angle on that back red. The concern here is if you try to hit this thick, going for that back red, and you roll a foot, you might take away that in turn.
Jan Betker
Hard.
from Saskatchewan, and now here in a 5-5 tie against
Hard, Josh.
Province Silver Eagle,
Go,
Saskatchewan.
go. Keep
Trying
going.
to roll that over as far as possible.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Brooklyn.
You want to set it.
I was trying to play it high side.
Sorry.
Crossed over.
Like a just full in 12 foot kind of thing?
I think so, like here.
Yeah. Even if we're biting the 12 foot, that's okay too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay. Just for sweepers.
Just full 12.
Just full 12. Yeah.
I like this, keeping it out off the center line a little bit. And then that in turn draw
think it'll be
becomes
better
very difficult.
I agree. Full 12.
Yeah. Just a couple extra feet, like there.
Yeah.
It's a nice path out this
Yeah,
far.
about just a hair farther than that guard. So.
Yeah. You got it, Rob. It's all you guys.
Yep. Right at her.
H.
All you guys. Tara Teveno. Jesse Hunkin.
Close.
Final stone for the Saskatchewan skip out of North Battleford.
We're in the good stuff.
Whoa,
Not
Jess.
curling yet.
Whoa,
There it's trying.
There it goes.
Right to my broom. Just
Easy.
to my broom.
Just to the
Nibble
top
the 12.
edge
Nibble the 12.
of the 12.
Sit.
Oh, a little deeper than they wanted as it'll come center line, full in the 8th. And now nose hit will do it.
Had to miss that the other way. You're better short of the rings almost.
In the same path that Jen just threw.
Just gotten the good stuff out there and
yeah.
You guys like that ice with the 10?
Yeah. Yeah. You got it. Let's go.
Right on the nose.
Yeah, better her hits than her draws. Just 58% on her draws so far. So,
That's all right.
you know, you think about if Silvernagle could have put it in that position to make her draw.
Then there was a little bit of doubt in Jen's mind, too.
And you've got a little bit of rolling room. But right on the nose is what she's called final stone for the win in a 5-5 tie. Trying to hold it for her. She get this going. McEwen, Peterman trying to hold this for her. Now, where's this going to go? Where's it going? Where's it going? A little bit more. Oh, and it comes back. Hello there. It was like it was on a string. Yo-yo over for the win. That kind of game. Make the final 6-5. Team Canada opens with a win on this Saturday night. And so here we go. We've had Pool A this morning, and yes, Nunavut, history making, the first win for Nunavut at a Scotties, having gone 0 last year. And there you see the 4 winners on the B side, including the wild card team out of Lethbridge. And that completes our first day of play here in Sydney.
The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Sponge Towels Paper Towel. Nothing absorbs like it. The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.
How's that? I've waited 2 years to meet you and cheer for Team Canada. What a great Jennifer Jones going over to her fan here in Sydney. Getting an opportunity to cheer for Team Canada this week here at Centre 200. And Team Canada comes away with the win.
We worked really hard this year, and there's been some ups and downs, but we've just kind of been building towards this, and it's all coming together at the right time.
I'm really excited. It's something I've been working for a really long time, and one of the dreams that I had from when I was a little girl. So to finally have that come true is really exciting. I really hope we can put a good performance on this week.
So Kathy, Brian Mudryk will be with you Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time as BC and Manitoba is the feature on TSN 1, 3, and 4 to begin our first 3-draw day. The Scotties is underway here in Sydney. So till we talk with you again tomorrow, thank you for joining us here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.